Hey there, it's me, Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. I am live in my kitchen on this fine Sunday morning. It is not just Sunday, it is National Coffee Milkshake Day. And on the line, I've got Jamie. Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Lisa. Happy Coffee Milkshake Day.
Happy Coffee Milkshake Day to you. Doesn't it feel like every day in our world is National Coffee Milkshake Day?
Pretty much.
I mean, I am always making coffee shakes, and I just figured I would be remiss if I skipped this day or picked this day, ironically, to not make a coffee shake. So here I am, and hi, Mike. He said, Sunday Fun Day. It is Sunday Fun Day. What are you doing this Sunday? I'm curious to see if people are still at home on Sunday mornings. What do you think, Jamie? We're always home in California, but around the country, what do we think? People are out and about, or are they home?
I don't know. I'm always home on a Sunday no matter what's going on in the world.
I know. I know. And Lauren, actually, let's see if she pops into the audience because she is back in town, but she is quarantining in another section of the universe. She's close by, but not in the kitchen because I'm social distancing from her. That's okay. So guys, how are you feeling? Are you already in the mood to celebrate Coffee Milkshake Day? Do you know how this day originated? I don't know. I've got like so many trivia questions about coffee milkshakes and about what they've evolved into. And if you answer the questions correctly or incorrectly, you will have the chance to win. Today's artwork says, wake up and smell the Frappuccino, because as you may or may not know, all of our frozen drinks in our world, to some degree, are Frappuccinos. Some of them are officially called Frappuccinos, and some of them are not. And I have some fun trivia about the word Frappuccino. Jamie, you are going to be surprised to hear this. I know.
Are you going to stump me?
I am, but I'm going to do that in a little while. But just don't let me forget. Whatever I do, don't forget. So today we're giving away this, and I am also giving away a mug because mugs and coffee go together like peanut butter and white chocolate. See a little hinting there. So we have a Hungry Girl mug, and of course, the world famous Hungry Girl measuring spoons up for grabs today. If you want these, whatever you want, say, hey Lisa, I really love the spoons, or I love the mug, or I love your art, or I don't know. Who's on my hat? Did anybody comment on my hat?
We did get some comments. They said they want to go shopping in your closet, your hat closet.
I do have a big hat closet. You should know who, like, this is significant in some way because of who that is. Do you know who that is? Let me know. All right, let's see who's out there. Hey, Betsy, you're out there, and Jennifer's out there, and Paula's out there, Stephanie, Elena. Wow, lots of people. Hi, Lauren. Lauren showed up. There she is. She had a lot of eyes in her hi. Okay, so today, because it is Coffee Milkshake Day, I am making a coffee milkshake, but typically milkshakes are made with ice cream. Mine is not going to be made with ice cream, but it is a PB and white chocolate latte, protein latte freeze. So it's gonna have protein, it's gonna have coffee, it's gonna have peanut butter, it's gonna have white chocolate. It has everything. I mean, could that sound any better?
It could not.
So are you guys excited? Do you want me to jump in and start making it, or do you have any questions for me before we jump in? Hey, Cindy.
Requests for mugs and measuring spoons, so I say you jump in.
Okay, well, that's going to be a lot of requests. Maybe we'll give out, we'll see. Maybe we'll give out an extra set of spoons today. I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. Maybe just for the Instagrammers, because the Facebook crowd always gets here early. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so we are going to start. The recipe today, I'm going to go over quickly the ingredients I'm using. I have PB2 peanut butter powder. I've got some vanilla Terra's Whey protein powder. I have the Old Faithful Coffee Mate French vanilla sugar-free powder. I have the texturizer of America, xanthan gum. I've got instant coffee, of course, Taster's Choice, but I also like Starbucks Via. I have my sweetener packets. I have to say a hero ingredient of the day are these Lily's white chocolate chips. So the recipe calls for white chocolate chips. I have to be honest, I have been completely obsessing over Lily's chips. These things, they're made with stevia, which makes them extremely low in sugar. They have no sugar added at all. They're low in calories as well, because you get like 26 chips for 55 calories. I'm only gonna use a teaspoon today, but boy, these guys know what they're doing. If you think low sugar chocolate can't taste good, or if it's gonna taste fake, please, please, please try Lily's because it will change your life. And they come out with new flavors all the time. These white chocolate ones are brand new, but you will see them on the shelves. So I'm using these today. I'm also using my unsweetened vanilla almond breeze. And of course some ice and water and I don't know, I have some optional toppings here. So are you guys ready? We're gonna jump in. So I'm gonna start with, let's start with the coffee because after all, it is coffee milkshake day. So I love the smell of this coffee. This is good instant coffee. Whoever thinks instant coffee, this is not like Sanka from your mom's coffee days. This is great. And it works. A lot of people are always saying, hey, should I use brewed coffee? And I think brewed coffee, it's really hard to get the measurements right where it tastes strong enough. You can brew it extra strong, but sometimes it's waterlogged. It's not quite as easy to use brewed coffee in these recipes. So I'm using only 2 teaspoons because it's gonna be a mild coffee experience. Next up, we have the PB2 powdered peanut butter. You could use whatever powdered peanut butter you like, but we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of this. Who out there loves powdered peanut butter?
Mike is shouting it from the other room.
Is he standing up and clapping and jumping up and down?
Pretty much.
Good, because I love powdered peanut butter. It's peanut flour. It's basically defatted peanuts turned into a powder. You could do so much with it. It has a fraction of the calories and fat of regular peanut butter, but it has pretty much all the flavor. So you need to have this in your life, I promise. I use it all the time. Next up, we're gonna add a little protein. So we only want 1 tablespoon of this. The protein that I use pretty much most of the time or whenever I can get my hands on it is Terra's Whey because it tastes great, gives you a lot of bang for your calorie buck, lots of protein for your calorie buck, and I only want 1 tablespoon of that. We have 2 sweeteners. Use whatever sweetener you like. I like Swerve or Truvia. Today I'm using Truvia. Do you ever throw your sweetener packet into your glass and the whole thing goes in with the paper? There's nothing worse. That happens. It's happened to everybody. There's nothing worse. Okay, I would sniff this all day if you wouldn't think I was a weirdo, but I'm only using a teaspoon of my Coffee Mate powder. And there's a lot of stuff going into this glass, but I have to tell you, it's an easy recipe once you get it all in there, and it's totally worth it. I love peanut butter and white chocolate together.
Lisa, we have a very funny response to who's on your hat.
Yes.
She said Sister Simpson, but I can't think of her name.
Sister Simpson. Oh, that's a good guess. This is xanthan gum, which I mentioned earlier as a great way to make your shakes and your drinks have a better texture. It thickens. It's like a stabilizer. You can use it in a lot of recipes, but it's magical in shakes and coffee drinks because it just gives you that Starbucks texture, if you will, for lack of a better way to describe it. And then these are the chips I told you about. Who out there already, hold on. I want to give this their fair shake over here. No pun intended. Lily's, who out there uses these? Does anyone know about Lily's?
Yeah, we had some people say they heard us talking about Lily's before, and so they know the company.
Oh yeah, because I talk about their cookies a lot. Okay, so I'm using 1 teaspoon of these chips. And a teaspoon goes a long way. So I'm gonna say, using a teaspoon, but don't think I won't be snacking on these later, because I will. Putting these over here. Now, so we have got, in this glass, we've got chips, we've got sweetener, I've got the protein powder, the peanut butter powder, the Coffee Mate, the xanthan gum, the coffee, and now I'm gonna try to get this into a nice texture by adding liquid hot water. Usually I add 3 ounces of hot water at this stage in the recipe, but there's a lot here, so today I'm adding a full ½ cup. So that's 4 ounces of hot water. Jamie, are you making this at home?
I might have to. Mikey's gonna want this on demand.
I think you need to make one of these for Mike, totally. All right, so there's gonna be 4 ounces, AKA ½ cup. And the idea here is to dissolve everything as much as possible. So there's a lot here, there's a lot going on. And the chips are in there, so you want these chips to melt as well, as much as you can. I think it might be time to talk a little bit about, all right, my first trivia question. I found this really interesting, Jamie. I think you're gonna find this interesting too. I think today's questions and trivia are really, really surprising. So milkshakes were invented, and originally they always included what? What did they always include that might surprise you? Do you want to guess? Do you think you might?
The obvious answer.
No, it can't. It can't be the. It's not. Well, yeah. Don't say like milk and ice or like even the other obvious one. This is like a not so obvious answer. Does anybody know out there? By the way, this recipe, believe it or not, yes.
Someone said malt powder.
Malt powder is good, but that's not the answer. That's a good answer though. This, believe it or not, only has 150 calories and 3 points on all plans. That's so low, especially for like white chocolate and peanut butter.
All right, the other guess people are saying is soda water.
Like an egg cream situation. That's a decent guess. I give them an A for effort, or as Mike would say, an E for effort. No, that's not. The answer is booze.
What?
They were boozy. Milkshakes were full of booze originally. They had the right idea. I brought that back, but I thought I was being innovative, and apparently that's how they were created. So, very strange. I didn't realize that. And milkshakes came around in the early, very, very early 1900s. Some people say the late 1800s. But coffee milkshakes, do you know when and where they were invented? If you know, let me know. I think
They were invented in your kitchen, so.
they were not invented. They weren't invented by Starbucks either, believe it or not, as well. Okay, so this is 4 ounces, aka a half cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. That I'm just going to put directly into the blender. Is anybody answering where coffee milkshakes came from?
Yes, one is very specific and brings me back to my childhood. Is it Woolworths?
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think it is, but that brings me back to my childhood too. They were actually invented at a place called Delecta's in Massachusetts in about 1930, and they created a coffee milkshake there, and they just caught on. So Delecta's, and I think it might still exist. There is a chance Delecta's still exists. I know coffee milkshakes still exist. Into the blender now is going to go the standard 1.5 cups of ice. My ice is melting. All right, I am using the world famous pellet ice. We are going to link you to some of these ingredients and a place where you could get a place, and by a place I mean Amazon, where they would be happy to sell you a pellet ice maker. All right, this is going to go onto my bullet. I'm going to give you a nice view of the bullet, and I'm going to blend this together. Look at the color of that. See, my hat matches. I tried. White chocolate, peanut butter. 1930. Okay. Let's see how this is shaken up. It smells very peanut buttery and also sweet and delicious. All right, can I tell you something weird? And this is the thing that you're not going to believe. Who do you think invented the Frappuccino? This is another trivia question. Who invented the Frappuccino? It might not be as obvious as you think. Jamie, do you think you know who invented the Frappuccino?
Yeah, I figured it was Howard Schultz. Is that his name?
That is his name. Good for you. But it was not him. It was not Starbucks. Okay, this is the finished product, which is perfectly sized and beautiful. I am opting to use one of the optional toppings today, which is, I've been using the heck out of this. It's fat-free Ready Whip, only has 5 calories a serving. That might be a perfect size serving. And I have a little trick. I have peanut butter crumbs here, which is basically, I make a mixture, which I'll talk about one day, but it's mostly powdered peanut butter in a little shaker. But look how cute that is. That's another optional topping. And I'm gonna taste this, and then I'm gonna drink this whole thing. Ah,
Tell us what's in that.
it is so perfect. I can't tell you what's in the topping. Okay, there's a little tiny bit of this peanut butter powder. There's a magical peanut butter ingredient. Should I just go show it to you?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, this is like, I'm going off the beaten path because I'm abandoning this for 1 minute. Okay. A couple months ago, I wrote about these Pasokin peanut butter bites, and they make a peanut butter powder. But the thing is, it has 80 calories a tablespoon, so I use it so sparingly. So I do like 3/4 powdered peanut butter and then 1/4 of this, and mix it together, and that's it. It's gonna change your life. I will probably link to this in some way, and then you people will hate me forever. Use it sparingly. Okay.
It's the crumb topping?
It's the crumb topping, exactly. And I mix that with powdered peanut butter to use as a little sprinkle. So, as far as who invented the Frappuccino, there was a coffee place called the Coffee Connection that invented the Frappuccino. And in the early 90s, Starbucks paid them about $52 million to buy the concept and the name. I know, isn't that crazy? Maybe Starbucks wants to pay us $2 million for the Swappuccino name. I don't know. Whatever it is, but can you believe that?
Unreal.
Did anybody guess that?
I may have missed it. There's a lot of comments coming in.
All right, but I bet people are freaking out. So there are a lot of products that I'm talking about today, truly, and I'm going to go over them again. The xanthan gum is like a fantastic way to thicken up your shakes. My protein powder of choice is Tara's Way because it gives you a lot of bang for the calorie buck, lots of protein for the calorie buck. Then, of course, powdered peanut butter is always an MVP in our world, completely. I have these Lily's white chocolate chips. Again, Lily's, the best, hands down the best sugar-free chocolate products I've ever tried. Then we have this. This is just an optional surprise. Hey guys, this is just a little secret. Use it sparingly, PB crumb topping. All right, do you like this recipe? Do you think it looks good? If so, you should share it with all your friends. People have been sharing the recipes a lot lately, Jamie. Have you noticed that?
I have. I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm. And the more you share, the more likely you are to potentially win something, especially since today we are giving away this lovely piece of artwork.
Beautiful.
This mug, 2 sides. No matter how you hold it, you're entertaining the person at the table next to you and yourself. And the fabulous and famous measuring spoons.
Lisa, where can I get this recipe?
Oh, if you want the recipe, you can get it at hungry-girl.com/live. There is, thanks to Jamie and Mike, who have built this fabulous world of a collection of everything that I do on Facebook Live. So aren't like all the recipes in one place?
Every single one from all of your Facebook Lives.
Every single one, and you can see the videos. So at that page, you could also shop the ingredients on Amazon, see the videos, get the recipes. So it is the place to go and hang out if you're bored today on Sunday. It is Coffee Milkshake Day after all, so please, when you make this, you should post pictures of it and let us know what it looks like. See if you like it. My sister's out there, and she made this morning, and she said it was her favorite coffee milkshake recipe ever.
Wow, high praise.
High praise from Mary. All right, anyone else saying anything that we need to address? Love Hungry Girl.
Couple questions. Is that the Tara's Way? Is it the bourbon vanilla flavor you use?
Yes, this is the bourbon vanilla. I think it might be the only vanilla they make, but it's a fancy name, bourbon vanilla.
Okay.
I also use their chocolate, which I love. I've not tried their other flavors. Maybe the plain I've tried. But yes, bourbon vanilla Tara's Way. Any other?
Let's see. So just to let people know, the Lily's chips, you won't find them on our Amazon page. They're currently out of stock, but you can get them at the Lily's website, and I posted the link.
Oh, good. Great. Lily's, what is their website?
Lilies.com.
Oh, lilies.com with 1 L. Unlike me, who has 2 L's in my last name. And I have nothing to do with it, even though it's Lily's and I'm Lisa Lillian. All right, I guess I'm going to go. You have a great Sunday. Happy, happy, happy Coffee Milkshake Day. Please enjoy this. Share this video with your friends. I'll be back later in the week with more fun recipes on Facebook. But until then, I'm Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. Till next time, chew the right thing.